Keep your goals front and center this year. Certified organizer and productivity coach Barbara Trapp is here to help us do it. Welcome to First Coast Living. Good to see you in person.
I know. Thank you so much for having me back, and it is great to be back here in person.
Yes, and I love this topic. We also, we're coming into this year. We want to really just make it our best year ever, every year, right?
Yes, yes.
But we want to focus and kind of hone in on what we want our goals to be. What is that first step?
I always suggest people start with figuring out what their values and needs are and wants. So, because that's the first step to making goals. Once you've thought about those, then set some goals, and then the fun can begin. But first, it's always good to come up with the word of the year. And I don't have them on the boards, but I have to tell you what my word of the year was.
I actually came up with one too.
Did
so
you?
What's yours?
Okay, so a few years ago I couldn't decide what my word of the year was, and I realized it was decide.
Oh, I like
trouble making decisions. The next year.
That's why it says decide there.
Yes, exactly.
You said this is from 2020?
Yes, yes. And then the next year it was abundance, and then it was do. So I have decide and do for 2022 this past year.
Cute.
This year it's emerge, because I feel like I'm emerging again, coming out again, because I moved 3 times this past year. So I wasn't even a military brat.
Busy.
Yes, yes, yes.
Well, my word is consistency, because, I'll start something and I might not stay consistent with it. I used to be consistent, and then, life gets in the way, so I'm ready to get back at it. So let's make a vision board. What are the steps that you like to go in to do that?
Well, once you've done your thinking about it, then I really like to be intuitive about it. I don't think through it too hard. Take a stack of magazines, watching TV. I start flipping through and just cutting out pictures and words that are meaningful. So take a look at this one. This is from 2020, and this is before I knew about the pandemic happening, but look what's right in the middle of it. Beyond anything I could ever imagine.
But so you were hoping for a different outcome with that one.
I just thought it was cool, and I'll put it in the middle, and sometimes I do that. I put things on here, and I think it's cool. I feel like I should put it there, and then something comes of it. And I did, have to use my voice more. I had to get on Zoom, and I got a new bed because sleep was important, so yeah.
And then this one is for this year?
This was this past year.
So what kind of things did you put on this?
So I just put some more things that made me feel good, but the last thing I put on here was in the bottom left-hand corner, and what do you see there?
Masterminds?
Up over here.
Oh, that one. Oh, Better Homes and Gardens.
Better Homes and Gardens. And I didn't realize this is going to be, last year was the year that I ended up moving my mother from up north to Florida, so that's why I had to move 3 times last year. Wow. But now we have a better home, and we have this fabulous garden.
That's pretty cool.
So, yes. So I think things come true when you have a vision board.
So again, the magazines, you want to have scissors, glue sticks, you have some other
So this is when the fun begins, and if you've done any scrapbooking or know somebody who has, it's a good time to break out some of those tools. So sometimes I'll put, you can see there's some little designs on here. I'll use some hole punches, and just to add a little bit of fun to it. And then also washi tape. So this past year I put washi tape all around my board.
Oh, that's what the glittery tape is?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
so yeah, so
I've never heard of washi tape.
I know, it's but just any kind of decorative tape is pretty easy to peel off, and it's fun to add it. It's just kind of like, I don't know, add some edges to it.
Yeah, you want to look at it, not only be inspired, but have it be a thing of beauty in a way too.
Absolutely.
And it's creative and fun.
Yes, I love that part. And sometimes you might want to take some pens and outline things and maybe add a little bit of sparkle. So I have glitter pens and some other markers. I like to, when I'm cutting things out, I kind of like to put some round edges on them anyway. So I'm really kind of concerned about how that looks, but I don't get too crazy about it, or it'll never get done. So, done is...
You got all the supplies too.
I did. So, and sometimes I will put colored paper behind some of the pictures to kind of let them pop a little bit. And then here are some things I've already cut out. Sometimes I'll just cut out designs that I think are kind of cool. So maybe this year, this will go on each side of a board. I've got more flowers.
There's really no hard and fast rule.
There are no rules.
Put whatever inspires you, or whatever you want your goal to be, right?
Elevate. So I know. So I'm already having fun with it. So who knows where all these pieces will go, but I'm going to be working on that and getting that up. And I do recommend that you save all of your vision boards. So if not in paper, and at least take some good pictures with them and put them on your phone.
Just as a reminder?
Yeah, but all year long you want to keep them where you're going to look at them.
Yes.
So I always have mine behind me in my office, so when I'm on Zoom, I can see it, and everybody I'm on a call can see it as well.
And just while we were getting set up, I cut out a couple things too with the magazines you brought. I cut out travel, because I want to travel more, and I just cut out this phrase, the best. I just want it to be the best.
Yeah,
always,
the best.
If I
the
see
best.
it, then maybe it'll help me, you know, is this decision going to help make this happen?
Right, right.
Yes, no, and then you decide what you want to do based on that, I guess.
Yeah, so don't go for perfection, just have fun with it. And I have to tell you something funny. I had one, I used to do these in person, but now I do virtual vision board workshops because they go for 4 weeks because it's a process.
Wow.
But I had one person come into one of the in-person ones, and she brought a lot of photos of her family. And partway through it, she said, you know what, this is my vision board. I'm just going to have my stuff. And I don't think that's selfish, because sometimes we do need to think about ourselves before we can take care of everybody else.
Yes, I agree. Well, thank you so much for inspiring us today. If somebody is interested, though, in getting in touch with you, how can they go about doing that?
Just reach me at my website at zenyourden.com.
Very easy. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having
I got
me.
some work to do. So
I'm going to leave you some poster boards.
Well, I appreciate that. And if you'd like to see this segment again, just head to our website at firstcoastliving.net.